How's everyone doing? Give us a few minutes and we're gonna tune in. We're just fixing some stuff up. Let me reload this. Like I told you, que no se oye todo aquí. Okay. What's up? Alright. Let us know if you guys can hear us. Over here eating. She's hungry. Let's see how many, one person watching, two people watching. Alright, let's go. Alright, this is where it's at. Love, you can talk while I finish this, please. Here.
What up, party people?
Alright, perfect. Looks like we're on and
Ready to go.
there's two people on, so we'll go. Oh, she just burped.
If she starts crying, it's because she's gonna be hungry.
Alright, perfect. So hello, for those of you guys that don't know us, my name is Junior and this is my wife Rebecca. I just want to make sure that you guys are hearing us clearly before we continue.
Move the Facebook Live.
I can hear you, but okay, perfect. Chelsea says she can hear us. What's up, Chelsea? Thank you for tuning in.
What up, girl?
So we're just gonna wait like 2 more minutes and then we're gonna start.
Let the people know we on, y'all.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna talk a bit about. So the plan is to talk about how we met. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, so the format is we're gonna talk about how we met, and after that we're gonna speak about why we started YouTube, and then we're gonna finish with some Q&A. Hello. I'm gonna just share this real quick and then we're gonna start.
Hey, Facebook. So that y'all know, we on our YouTube Live starting our Get to Know Us video. You guys can tune in if you want. Ask us questions. We willing to answer anything. Hey, girl. Hey, Siobhan. Oh, man. Hi, Bobcat. I see you watching.
Tell them to join on the Facebook, on the YouTube.
Go join on the YouTube. I won't be on here for very long, you guys. It's on YouTube Live. Junior's sharing the link now.
Oh, okay, this is not working, but it's fine.
Yeah, he's sharing the link now. And we about to get started. Say hi, girl. Tell the people hi.
All right.
Yeah, she's like, I'm in my own zone, y'all. Just leave me out. Leave me out of it.
All right, so we can start now.
What's up? You hungry? I fed you before, so don't even.
Perfect. All right, we're good.
All right, party people. We're about to start on our YouTube live.
Just make
So
sure.
I'm going to. The link is Junior. I think he should.
Yeah, I posted. So it should be on our page.
Yes. So I'm going to head on over there, and I will hopefully see you guys on YouTube live. Bye.
Jeremiah trying to be nosy. Come up, puppy. Up. Come on. Good boy. Look at him. Say hi to the people. Say hi. All right. Good boy. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
So let's start this.
So the plan is.
All right. So, see. Okay. So hello everyone once again. Relax, Jeremiah. Relax. Okay. So my name is Junior. And this is my wife Rebecca. And today we're going to talk about who we are. And we're going to give you guys a little bit of history of us so you guys can get to know us and you guys can continue to enjoy the content that we're releasing. So I want to talk a bit about how me and Rebecca met. So you can start us off, love.
You good.
No, you go.
No,
Ladies first.
No.
Okay, so I guess I'll have to be the man and start it off. And if you guys have any issues with the audio, let us know. But me and Rebecca have been together now for 4 years in June?
Yeah.
4 years in June. We've been married for 1 year, and we've met about 7 years ago. I lost track, but we've met a while ago.
We met in 2011.
2011.
7 years
So
ago.
yeah, 7 years ago. And
College.
we met at a... You can talk. You're taking over the whole conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to fill in the gaps for you.
Oh, okay. So we met at a Christian college. It was Nyack College in New York. And... What are you, puppy? He wants to be in the midst. But we met at a Christian college, and it was me, Rebecca, and her sister always had like the same class. I don't know why. But it was a good year. We became really good friends after that. And 2 years later, or a few years later, we started talking. And
He couldn't resist.
let me break a bit of that story down. So Rebecca, I was trying to ask her if we can go out on a date for like 7 months, right? And she always goes, I need to go pray. I need to go talk to God.
No.
Let me finish my story.
Go ahead.
The opportunity will come. So all these months come by, and I said, let's go out to McDonald's. Let me get you a burger. She's like, I gotta talk to God. I'm like, to go to McDonald's? I'm like, are you serious? I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm like, are you serious to go to McDonald's? This is crazy. And point was that we ended up going a few weeks after that conversation to a place to eat. And you know what's crazy? While I'm ordering my food, I'm like, what do you want? She's like, I don't know. I ended up ordering. She ended up getting nothing. 40 minutes after we ate, she comes and says, I'm hungry. I'm like...
First of all, because you always, every time you say this story to people, you cook up stuff in your head and you think this is the way it went down when it didn't go down this way. But I guess perception is everything, right? So, first of all, I'm not just no girl that's just gonna go out with anybody because you decide let's go out. That's not gonna happen. I need to know who you are, and I need to know more than what you tell me who you are. How about that? Okay? And I'm not gonna waste my time, neither am I gonna waste yours. Right? So, who better to go to than to find out if this is something that I should. Because I'm not just going to go out with you just to go out with you. Like, if you want to be friends and do that, fine. But your actions, your motives were not to do that. Not to just, let's go out to be friends. So I'm not going to waste each other's time. Okay? Who's the better person to go to than to ask if this is a good idea? The Lord. Right? And it turned out to be a good idea. So I don't know why you sound like you're still complaining about it. Anyways, during what else we were saying. So first of all, as a girl, I don't know why you keep saying McDonald's when we didn't even go to McDonald's.
No. We didn't go to McDonald's, but I asked you, can I take you to McDonald's? You said no.
You never asked me about McDonald's.
Yes, I did. You said I gotta talk to God, and then a few weeks later, I said, okay, I'm gonna take you to.
It was the movies. It was never McDonald's.
Okay, no problem.
What guy asks a girl out to McDonald's in the movies?
Listen, I gave her every.
Who does that?
I was just trying to understand, like, where's your mind at? Because I asked her, let me take you to this restaurant, that restaurant, and I said, okay, let me take you to McDonald's. You got to talk to God about that? And she said, yeah, I still do. I'm like, are you serious?
Lies you tell. Anyways, I wish my sister was. Is she on? I wish she was on because my sister was on.
She wasn't texting with me.
In the ride.
She wasn't texting. She wasn't in my text conversation list. So it's different. But we had conversations and countless times you told me. But it's okay. Besides the point. After that, we went out a few times and this was the part where I did not want this. I hated this because she told me that before me and her became boyfriend and girlfriend, I had to ask her parents. And I'm in my head, I'm like, why do I have to ask your parents? Like, if I'm dating you, not Lum, like, why do I need to ask them for permission? So I was a bit confused and lost with that. So when that came, it was a problem. We would arguing and debating and going back and forth for like 2 months to see if we were gonna get together. Cause I'm like, I'm not asking your parents. And, she was like, well, I can't date you. And it was going back and forth. And ultimately, it was one day I was outside of her house. I was ready to leave. And we were just having this long conversation. And I said, you know what? If it means so much to you, let's do it. Let's go upstairs and talk to your parents right now. And she was like, are you serious? She was like excited and scared and like worried. And like, she had like 7 different emotions at the same time. And then I'm like, let's go. And...
Mm-hmm.
And what happened after that?
No, I'm gonna say my side of the story because.
But that's not it. We went upstairs, we asked your parents, and then your father stood up there quiet with a face, and your mom said yeah, and gave you like a little mini speech, and that was it.
Okay, first of all, here we go again with this. So many people call this courtship. Other people they say dating. But my views was, I was big on courting. Number one. One of my parents' wishes were to, out of respect, to go and speak to them about dating. Again, this was fairly new. So he was the first guy that actually brought to my parents. I actually brought you to my house. Like, this is just out of respect, and it's their household. I'm their daughter. That's just their wishes. That's what they wanted. So it was nothing bad. I actually agreed with it. I was like, that's fine. And it wasn't nothing to ask permission. It was more so something out of respect. Talk to them. Let them know that, hey, I'm interested in your daughter. To me, that's actually something very honorable and very great. It took him a while to, I don't know, Junior's views were like a little weird. But it took him a while. Like, he's like, no, why do I gotta go ask them? I don't understand. And I'm like, Junior, it took us a while I was just like, it was to a point where I was like, this is probably not gonna work then. So, but he ended up, submitting, I guess you would say it. And it was exactly June 6th. Our anniversary day.
June 9th.
June 9th, sorry. Oh yeah, the 9th, same day our baby girl was born. She was born in December 9th. So anyways, June 9th, and he went upstairs and he talked to him. He was so nervous. Oh
I was super nervous. I'm expecting to get this long speech from her father or this no or something. But go ahead.
He stood. My father. Anybody that knows my father, like even his demeanor, and he's serious, but he's a cool guy. He's super funny and stuff. But he was like so. My father was there, just serious, like, and Junior's there, like, okay. And my mom's the easier one to talk to, but to talk with, but my mom, she's, afterwards she's like, okay, there, and my father's like, okay, and then
No, I'm sorry. Her father didn't say much, but he was there on the couch.
He didn't.
He was like this, like whatever. I mean, I don't know. He gave me that look, like okay, but like if you do something to my daughter, watch. He gave me that look. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the dad for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did that, and then Junior asked them, and he let them know. Junior let them know his desires for me, and what he sees in us, and the both of us, and so he did good. He did on his part. He did good, and then my mom did most of the talking. My father was just there, like watching you type thing, and they knew he was he was a decent guy. Like he wouldn't do crazy stuff with me or to me or anything like that, or disrespect me. So. But my mom's like, my mom and dad, they're like, okay, this is the curfew time when you guys go out. This is this. What are they saying in the comments?
Go ahead, keep talking. Nothing really, just I love you guys. I'm here and stuff like that.
So, yeah, I mean that was how it started. I mean that's not even how it started. Listen, we went through so much even prior to really just dating, but this has been a crazy journey.
Yeah, it was tough. Even just coming together in relationship, because one of the things that I always believed and agreed with is getting to know your significant other spiritually, emotionally,
Yes.
and physically last. And you don't get to know them physically until marriage. And one of the biggest areas where we had a lot of debate and disagreement at first was when it came to the spiritual, and it was just because a lot of traditional beliefs, a lot of things that were not really biblical, and I would always go to Rebecca and we would challenge each other.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I'll tell her something and she'll be like, well, my pastor said this.
No.
Hold up. She'll go, my pastor. Love, I didn't say all the time, but there'll be a lot of times. I didn't say all the time. So there'll be a lot of times that I'll come to her with something and she'll say, but my pastor says this. I'm like, well, the Bible says this. So we'll go back and forth on little discussions like that. And
oh no, yeah, I was okay.
The guys, say your stuff. Look, I'm sharing my experience and my perspective. What do you remember?
First of all, I personally was not that type of Christian. Number one, you knew, because you make it seem like it's
not. No, go ahead, love. Share your story, because it's just. Go ahead.
I forgot where did you stop at?
I was talking about the fact that you would say about the Bible and the church, and my pastor says this, and I'll say, well, the Bible says this. I didn't say always, but there was a few times that happened. And you said no, and you kept interrupting me when I was talking.
I don't remember me ever saying stuff like that, but okay. But if you remember that. I'm gonna do. So during that time, me and Judy had totally different. We didn't have to. Okay, we didn't have. It wasn't different views to the point where it was like, let's. Oh my God, you're like worshiping some other. It wasn't stuff like that. It wasn't serious stuff like that. Where it was, it was just certain things where we were like, I don't want to say certain things, but it was certain discussions that was like, okay, I was still a little like very like there's a lot of there's traditions obviously that it's super like it doesn't make sense, like why carry that on, and there's certain traditions that it's okay to carry on, but the ones that were totally the opposite of what the Bible actually says. I guess I was the one that was leaning towards that. And so you have every day have a whole bunch of discussions about the Bible and the Word and stuff like that. And Junior helped me a lot. He did. But at the same time, I feel like we helped each other a lot.
Yeah, we did. Because even at the same time that she said I helped her a lot, but she helped me. I after that experience, I was able to learn how to speak to people and how to approach people, because my approach on how I was giving her the message was not the best that time, and she wasn't listening or really accepting anything that I was saying because of my approach. So through that, I've learned how to approach people differently. Even though I'm right, she has a different belief system, and she's not going to, sit down and agree with what I'm saying because her perception and belief is different. So it's not for me to tell you, hey, this is the right way. It starts in the mind. Your mindset has to change. Your perception has to change, and the only way that can change is by believing in something. And what I started always to do is just show her scripture and let her analyze it for herself, and just different things. Prayer helped a lot. So, and even studying the word together and just asking questions instead of like telling her this is what it is. I'll just ask questions. So it's like, why do you believe that? Why do you practice this? And that helped us a lot. Because even during that time, Rebecca was like, if this is the beginning of our relationship, we might as well break up. And I used to always say, no, like this is good because we're going through this now. So later on, we won't have to struggle with this. So I was glad that we was facing off those disagreements or things that we didn't see eye to eye on. And that was a beautiful part of our relationship. The spiritual part was a real challenge, and we've grown a lot from there. But after that,
But the thing is that it was okay. See, this is the thing, because I don't want certain couples to feel like because it wasn't challenges that would say, oh my God, we're totally opposite. You know what I mean? Because there are things in Christian couples or values that when it comes to the Bible, you must not compromise at all. So these are not the things that we're talking about. Let's clear that up, because I don't want people to be okay. Well, so I could date so and so. My views is like this, his views is this. Yeah, no, let's be clear. There are the principles in the Bible where you cannot compromise on these things, because as children of God, we must follow these things, right? So those are not what we're talking about. We're not talking about stuff like that. It was just like conversations like, I don't know, what's an example we had? Like,
I mean, I'll use it as an example. Like let's say if I've met people that say, oh, hitting your parents, hitting your children, it's you can't do that. And I've met other parents that say it's okay to hit your children. That's not something that's going to take you to hell or heaven. That's just a personal opinion or preference that you have. So, sometimes you may have those little things that it's just a disagreement. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's just a matter of perception or cultural difference.
Right. That was the
thing. That was a majority of the thing. It's like, even though we're both Hispanic, we come from different Hispanic background and different culture, and how we do certain things is a bit different.
Right.
Like when I used to go to her house, she would say, "Can I dish you food?" I'm like, "Dish you food? What's that? You mean serve me food?" Because I never dish you food. I don't speak like that. I've never heard of that term. So.
And let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the Lord, let me tell you, because my sister's on right now. She is a witness to our relationship, and it wasn't like the thing was that, let me tell you something about relationships. You literally bring out the best in each other, and it's so what's the word? It's so, like, for me to say that, it sounds so like what's the word? Like, so common. Like, people just say that, like, oh yeah, okay. No, it really is, because first of all, two people who said this? Yeah, I think it was my pastor, Dr. Faith. She said this yesterday during her preaching. When it pertains to love, literally, love is not some puffed up thing. I mean, how you say, what's the word? Like, fluffy thing. That's what I'm looking for. It's not fluffy. You guys challenge each other. You correct. It's a lot of correction in there too. But that is all out of love. And those are the things that happen in a relationship. So what I'm trying to say is that we went through that stage. And the thing between us and why it was harder then was the fact that we were both stubborn. The both of us was extremely stubborn. And one thing about Hispanics, we're super aggressive. And even like, we're from New York. Like, you could tell, like, even by our demeanor, that we're not like, because Southern people down here, they're so nice. And I'm not saying that we're not nice either, but it's a total different, like, even the culture, the environment, the atmosphere, like, it's just different. So, that was two people, both like that. He was super stubborn and I was super stubborn. And so, it was hard for us to even hear each other out because it was just like, no, I'm right. No, you're right. No, I'm right. I'm right. So it was just like, it was too much. And we didn't hear each other out. So then starting off, I guess it wasn't great communication skills. So.
Yeah, and we learned, I think one of the biggest issues we had is just we were quick to speak and we didn't listen to each other.
Right.
So, like, you know, sometimes I'm saying something and Rebecca would just interrupt me in the middle of my sentence, and I hated that. I still do to this day. I hate when I talk to people and they interrupt me. If I talk to someone and they interrupt me once or twice, after that I just listen to them and try to cut the conversation as quick as possible and call it a day, because I don't see the need on talking to someone that doesn't have the time to pay attention to you. You know, I take that as what I'm saying is not valuable to you or you don't care about it. So I don't need to waste my breath on you. So it was a little thing like that, but we learned and grew from that, and it was an amazing, beautiful experience in the whole dating process.
Right.
I will not ever encourage anybody to rush that process because it was the most. It helped us build a foundation. You know, if it wasn't for those 2 years that we dated, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And
let me say this too. Just because, again, I'm saying the reason why it was hard because we were both stubborn. I don't believe that every relationship you need to like have hard times all the time, and you guys need to be bumping heads, and we're gonna get through this so we can get like in 1 Corinthians, we'll talk about love is kind, love is patient, love is this. That's not necessary. All of that we went through, it's not necessary. So don't look at our relationship and think, okay, well, or anybody else's and think, because they went through hard times, it's okay for me to go through certain. No, because there's certain things that are make it and break it kind of thing. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is not a relationship video. Let's move on to the next part.
I mean, yeah. So after we dated, after we were dating for like a year and a half or so. And we ended up coming to North Carolina to a conference, and we decided after that we wanted to move down here. We were here, the first few days, it was me, Rebecca, and her sister, Naomi. Shout out to Naomi.
Hey.
But we were here for about 4 days. The first 2 days, her and her sister hated it. They wanted nothing to do with North Carolina. North Carolina sucks, North Carolina this. And after being here for like when we started going to the events in the conference, they were like, oh my God, I love it down here. It's so different. It's so peaceful, so relaxing. People are so nice. And after that, Rebecca joking around said, maybe we should move down here. And I was like, you know what, actually?
No.
Yes, you did.
That's not what happened.
Love, when I went, please. So after that, Rebecca said, joking around, maybe we should move down here. And I said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So after that, we ended up going back home. But go ahead, share your story, then I'll go.
Okay, so North Carolina came in our minds when we had met. We went to a conference here in New York. Our pastor, who's now, she did a conference in New York, and so we were already figuring out like what's next, what we're gonna do, where we're gonna move and stuff. We were thinking about Chicago. We were thinking about New Jersey. Cause I was like, oh my God, I don't want to leave New York. I don't want to leave New York. Like, New York is home. Like, I don't want to leave New York. I don't want to go too far. But I mean, we were just thinking about different things to venture and stuff like that. And when she came, we were, you know, we went to the conference, and it wasn't a conference. It was more like a workshop, seminar, I guess, thing. So we went, and we were there, and I was like, hey, what do you think about North Carolina? That's not too far from here. And this was, mind you, we weren't even engaged at that point, but we already knew what we were.
I was gonna propose to her that Monday after the conference, but she didn't know yet. But go ahead. Huh? We came to the conference. It was like June 6th, and I was proposing June 9th.
No, but I'm talking about when she came to New York. That's what I'm talking about, because that's when we first discussed North Carolina.
But we didn't really discuss it until you. It's okay, but go ahead.
So I was like, hey, what do you think about North Carolina? He was like, that's not a bad idea. This is when she went to New York, and he's like, that's not a bad idea. And I was like, okay. So then that's when we started. After that, shortly after, that's when we started couple counseling, and then from couples counseling with, because we knew we were gonna get engaged and stuff like that. Side note, whoever's gonna be engaged and stuff like that, couple counseling is the thing. So when you're gonna be married, I mean, do couple counseling before you get married. So, from there, that's when it was more of a confirmation of, you know, and we figured, and then she was gonna have a conference in North Carolina that we wanted to go to in the month of June. And then we were like, oh, at the same time, let's check out North Carolina. Let's see if this is out, like we can make it at home. That's when we started looking for apartments down there. We were getting to know the area more. And at first I was like, oh my God, this is so different. I'm a city girl. You can't take the girl. You can't do that. Like, this is country, but it's not so country where we live. There's countrysides. I don't think this is so country. But anyways, so I was like, I can't do that. I'm talking to my sister. I remember me and my sister's in Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm like, Naomi, don't shout Junior. Because I know Junior wants to come down. I'm going to follow my, I'm going to follow my man. So he's a leader. And I told my sister, I was like, I don't want to move down. Oh my God. I was like, I don't like it. My sister's like, me either. Oh my God. And I was like, at least you don't got to come. I got to come. So, but she's like, tell Junior, you never know, whatever. But then this was on the second day. Of course, you're not really getting to know the place on just 2 days. We were staying a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. We stood over there. I mean, here in North Carolina. And then days later, when we started seeing the church and we was getting to know people down here, and then we were visiting different parts, and we had plans and goals, and we seen that the atmosphere and the environment, everybody was so nice. It was such a change from New York. And me, I'm such a nature girl. So when I saw the beautiness that was down here, I'm like, I can live down here. This is nice. This is beautiful. So then that's when my thoughts on North Carolina changed.
Yeah, and then after that, even a little bit before that, let me just share this, and then I guess we'll just kind of close up after that. But even a little before that, when I asked her parents that I wanted to propose to her, that was probably the scariest moment of my life. I took them out to eat. It was a pretty nice restaurant over there in Brooklyn, and when I was sitting at the table, we ate and everything, and I'm like, man, we were like about to leave and everything. I didn't even ask yet. We had a whole meal and everything, and then the waiter comes and says, "You guys want dessert?" I'm trying to stall. I'm like, yes, we want dessert. Nobody ordered dessert. I'm just trying to like keep us there as long as possible. But my heart is like beeping so fast. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And then I'm scared. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I mean, I don't know if I should say anything. I don't know. Should I ask or should I do it another time? This and that. And then whatever. I just open my mouth and I'm just saying, I gotta walk by faith, not by sight. I just gotta do it. Just do it.
That's the opportunity.
And exactly, that's what I was saying. I was in my head. I'm like, only two things are gonna happen. Either they're gonna say no, or they're gonna say yes. And when I asked, her father goes, no, no, señor. I'm like, are you serious? And then, and then after that,
Oh man.
I looked at Becky's mom, and I'm in my head, I'm like, you're not gonna say anything? And then he's like, nope, that's the baby of the family. You can't take her, because her brother was already engaged, and he was like, he's getting married, and Naomi gotta be next. I'm like, are you serious? And then I'm still looking at her mom, and she's just like looking at me, and then I'm like, are you serious? And then he just started laughing and said, no, I'm just kidding. I'm like, oh man. That was such a relief.
My dad is.
That was such a relief, and then we had a really good conversation after that, and they were really happy, and it went really well. We got married 6 months after that and moved down here, cause we were supposed to get married next June or something down that line, but we just plans changed and we made things quick. And we ended up moving down here, and it's been a great experience.
The best decision of our lives.
The best decision of our life.
Yeah.
So, after moving down here, a month later, she was like, oh my God, I miss my dog, I miss my this, I miss my that. So that's how Jeremiah came in play. We ended up looking all over different places to get a dog, and we found this shelter where they had beagles, but Jeremiah's not a beagle at all. And we ended up...
he is. He's part beagle. You can look at him and tell. He always says no, but he is. He's part beagle and I think lab. And then he might have some pit bull in him too.
I've never seen a beagle this big in my life.
Yes, because he's part lab.
Okay, love. Okay. So we got Jeremiah, and then like 6 months later, Rebecca gets pregnant, and that's when the Zara comes in. So we're definitely gonna do a birth video soon. So we're not gonna touch on that, but
oh my God, yes, you guys. I'm excited to talk about that because I have lots and loads to say. But, ladies, I did an all-natural, no epidural water birth, and it was the most amazing experience. I don't want to talk too much about this because I get so riled up talking about this because it was the most amazing experience. I mean, oh my God. Well, I'll talk about it when the time comes. But you guys have any questions? Let us know.
Well, before the questions, we're just gonna talk really quick on why we started YouTube and where this whole idea from vlogging came from. And it came from last year, if I'm not incorrect. It was early last year because it was close to summertime, but it wasn't summer yet. Me and Rebecca did a Facebook Live, and she said in the video, like, oh, we're gonna start a vlog, something, and then I'm like, what was that? And actually, it wasn't even like that. We were talking about it. Then we started a Facebook Live, and then I said, oh, we're gonna, what do you guys think about us starting a vlog? And from there, we got a whole bunch of positive feedback, and some people were like, oh my God, you guys will be great. You guys are so inspirational, and this and that, and we never really started it though, and then. Recently, Fabiola, she...
Hey, Fab.
Yeah, she was like, oh, when you guys are starting a vlog and this and that. And, we said, you know what, I told her I'm going to post a video by the end of this month. And, we made it happen. We put a video, and, that's where we started. So, this is our 4th video that we launched, and we're going to continue strong in 2018, and we're excited about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please shoot them at us now, or hold your peace until forever.
What?
However that goes.
Hold your peace.
Yeah, however that goes.
Oh Jesus. See ya. I'm telling you. He needs me.
Diana said, I love you guys. The gestures and the facial expressions are priceless.
I can't help it. Like, that's just so me. Like, you guys, I can't be anything or anybody else other than me. Why don't you cry? Wait.
Are you guys seeing us look good, or does it sound good? Cause
that's your sister, right?
Well, I got it. Love you. She said, I love. What was it? I had no epidural, but it wasn't a water birth.
Who said that?
My sister.
Oh, okay.
And then she said, I want to see your water experience. Well, we don't have video of it. We have some pictures.
We'll
but
show you guys.
Yeah, we'll show you guys as much pictures as we can.
Let me see.
What are you live on, camera or phone? We're on a camera. If you look at, I think I put the link in the description. So if you want to look at it, you can click down there and you can check it out.
Yeah.
And we're using the computer.
What was the most difficult things when you moved to North Carolina? Ooh, that's a good question.
I guess we'll have to answer separately because we both had
different
experience and different things that bothered us. But you can go first, love.
So did you guys hear that? I hope you guys heard that question.
So the question was, what was the most difficult thing when you moved to North Carolina?
Okay. I thought it wouldn't hit me hard. But one of the most difficult things that when I moved to North Carolina was away from my family, I think. And we had everybody, we literally, you guys, if you understand, like, we been in New York all our life with our families. I'm 24, and when I moved down here, I was 23, obviously. But I lived with my parents all my life. I lived with my sister, my brother, all my life. Getting married young, and then at the same time, you come into a new experience where it's like you're paying way more bills than you ever did when you were just dating, still living with your parents. You know what I mean? So, but I didn't pay rent or anything like that. Now I do this. So, but anyways, it was 10 times harder for me to adapt to just being a daughter to now being a wife, a mother later on, and basically a woman of a household. This is what it looks like taking care of a household. This is what it looks like being your husband's partner. I mean, your spouse, your partner. So being away from family, and my sister, who is my second best friend, because my first best friend is right here. But my sister, that's my best friend too. So moving away from my sister was pretty tough, and my brother, that's my twin. It was pretty tough. So I think that was the most tough thing for me, moving away from my family. But afterwards, it got easier. And then my dog, guys. I miss Mason. But I got Jeremiah now, and Mason gonna be down soon, so I'll have both of my babies.
Yeah, she thinks we're gonna have 2 dogs. I don't know. But for me, I'd say the most challenging things, was just like she said, being away from family and the fast food restaurants. They close early here.
Oh my God, yes.
And they don't have a lot of options.
Oh gosh.
That was tough. We got used to it and stuff, but.
Listen, not everything. I mean, if you want something quick and okay, for me, this is okay for me. Cook out.
No, that was my answer. You said you already.
I'm sorry, but I gotta expound on this because this right here is just challenging. So coming down here was like, everything in New York is super live. Like, you go to Manhattan at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, New York doesn't sleep. Here, they sleep. Which was a great opportunity for us because we needed that change of life. I mean, back in New York, we had super inconsistent hours of sleep. It was so bad. But here, you're more concentrated. You don't have a lot of noise. Everything is not fast speed life. It slows down here. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Not too shabby.
All right. Let me read the next question real quick.
But yes, keep it coming, people.
So, the next question.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So, how did you know you guys? So how did you guys know you need to move to North Carolina? Was it a feeling or the Lord told you?
answer.
Yeah, you answer first.
Okay. So, here's how it happened. One, it was a decision we made. Two, we prayed about it, and at the same time, this is the thing that when we had counseling at the time, our parents gave us amazing advice, and since then, I was like, we had signs from everywhere. Number one, we had so much signs, and you want daddy to hold you? You daddy, while I talk.
Go ahead, let's talk.
Okay, so we had signs from anywhere. First of all, one of the things she told us was, when open doors or anything like that, when you want to pursue anything in life and you trying to hear from the Lord, one, you'll feel peace about it. That's one of the signs. And for us, like, if we get jobs, if we find different things, that it's an ease. When open doors or anything like that, when you want to pursue anything in life and you trying to hear from the Lord, one, you'll feel peace about it. That's one of the signs. And for us, like, if we get jobs, if we find different things, that it's an ease. When open doors or anything like that, when you want to pursue anything in life and you trying to hear from the Lord, one, you'll feel peace about it. That's one of the signs. And for us, like, if we get jobs, if we find different things, that it's an ease. When open doors or anything like that, when you want to pursue anything in life and you trying to hear from the Lord, one, you'll feel peace about it. That's one of the signs. And for us, like, different things, that it's an ease.
All right, let me see. All right, let me see. All right. All right, let me see. All right. All right, let me see. All right. All right, let me see. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna fix it right now.
Let us know when it starts to sound good.
No, I'm gonna fix it. I'll fix it.
Junior, please.
All right. How about now? How does it sound? It's not working? Can you guys hear us? Okay, perfect. They said it's good now.
All right. Mira. Shh.
So the next question was, love?
Stay. Wait.
The next question was, are you sleeping? That's the question for you. Or how much are you sleeping? Let me see. How much are you sleeping? How much sleep are you getting?
I guess a fair amount. I guess. I'm doing a little better. A little better. This much.
So you sleep in 10 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, 6 hours?
I guess 4 to 5.
4 to 5, okay.
Well, that's now. Before it wasn't like that. I can't even say that. I don't know, you guys. It changes a lot depending on baby.
Yeah, and I feel like the baby's sleeping better now. As long as we have the lights off, she does a good job at sleeping. She wakes up maybe once or twice at night, compared to before that it was like 4 or 5 times a night.
It's only okay.
So it's been much better, and yeah. I mean, I can't really answer that because Becky's
You're
the one.
sleeping. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'm
that's what I
like,
was
you
gonna say.
don't even know. I mean, it was on Saturday or Sunday. She slept most of the day during Saturday, and then Sunday at night, where it was time to go to sleep, she would fall asleep for like 2 minutes, wake up and cry. She didn't want to go to sleep. Put her in bassinet. She's like, get me out of here, kind of thing. Like, I want to hang out with you, Ma, or you, Dad, kind of thing. And so she did not sleep. I didn't go to sleep till 7 in the morning, you guys. So it was bad. But I stood up a baby girl, so.
All right, so I guess that's everything. Thank you guys for tuning in, and
she's hungry. I gotta feed her.
the baby's gonna go eat now, and I'm gonna go walk the dog. So we'll see you guys. We're releasing a new video Friday, so check it out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Wait, one more thing I do have to say. We can definitely do a better get to know us or fun facts kind of thing video. If you guys give us better questions from beforehand instead of us just talking about things, you guys give us questions and we'll definitely do a second video about this. Make it more fun.
All right. Bye.
Bye, party people.